Let's watch the Real Talk with Elen TV show.
By the way, if you don't know, this is what I talk about to you. Someone at Dwayne Richmond, Duain at the Sierra Leone, and where they play Fela on Broadway. Where's on Broadway in New York? He's from LA. So to play person sit down here. So what do you think about our talent and some of the movies? Maybe I'm assuming you've seen at least one or two.
If water kill your child, still water you must use.
Let's watch the Real Talk with Elen TV show. By our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Elen Keister.
Again, Happy New Year. Of course, this is the first episode of season 9, and I'm here. How was your holiday? Mine was great. It was dope. But anyways, help me welcome the Hollywood star, Dwayne Richmond. Welcome, Dwayne. Welcome.
Yeah.
Look at you. I like the swag. You look
I'm
really
chilling.
cute.
You know, when I heard I was going to be on your show, I was like, let me wear my finest threads.
Yes, because it's going to go very far. You want to look good.
Absolutely.
But how are you doing, though? How's everything? How's your holiday?
Listen, first off, thank you for having me on your show. This is very nice.
Thank you,
the couch is all comfortable.
Yes.
Look, I even got my own. Is this for me? I can use this?
You have yours. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so wait. So is this? Can I pour water in here and drink from it?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
You know, I feel like I'm on the the late show with Elaine.
Exactly.
This
That's
is
the
nice.
point. Coming from a Hollywood star, I
love it.
Right.
I love it. But I'm good. It's a pleasure to be in Sierra Leone as always.
Right.
So it's good to be. A Happy New Year.
Okay.
Happy 2025.
Yes. We're looking forward to great things.
Absolutely.
Anyways, if you don't know, this is what I talk about to you. Someone at Duain Richmond, Duain at the Sierra Leone, and where they play Fela on Broadway. Where's on Broadway in New York? He's from LA, Hollywood star. I know, so you probably missed the intro, but he did it. He did that Drumline, Stomp the Yard. That is little girls like so to play person sit down here. So and he's full Sierra Leonean, born and raised in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of people don't know. So for me, it was like, oh my God, I need, some people know who you are, but I know my show's gonna go far. They're gonna really get to know you now.
Right.
On the Sierra Leone side. But tell me, I know we've had privileged conversations where you told me you left when you were really young.
Correct.
So that's when they born you.
Correct.
It's all Creole.
Yeah, but me Creole not good like you on. So
No, I know that part.
So pardon me, because sometimes I go talk Creole and then I go just switch to English.
Yeah, we all do that.
But yeah, I'm full Sierra Leonean. Both my mother and my father are Sierra Leonean. I was also born here in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
I left Sierra Leone at a very young age, at the age of 8. Okay. And, around 8 and a half, I should say. I'm a twin, too, as well. So me and my twin brother, at the time, when we were born, Mama and Papa didn't go America just for create better life for we. So, when things were aligned, we left Salon. Okay. And we went to America, and within a few years of us leaving Sierra Leone is when the Civil War happened. So fortunate enough to be able to leave before that happened. But always been very well connected to home, I still get fumbled and na Salome. Auntie then ya, my cousin and then ya. My papa himself don't move back to Salon. Okay. Since for 1 year now. So himself they are. But yeah, Salon it has a very special place in my heart.
Of course.
So it's always a pleasure to be home.
To be home and doing you.
Yeah.
So you're from LA.
I live in LA.
You live in LA.
I'm from Sierra Leone.
Well, yes, you're from Sierra Leone. But I mean, a lot of Sierra Leones were from the DMV area.
Correct.
So that's what I meant. Like you from LA. I forgot.
I started in Atlanta.
Okay, because that's what I was gonna ask. Like when you went to America for the first time, did you go straight to Los Angeles or other side? Okay.
LA na my adult life,
Okay.
When we first come America, we've been there with my uncle who herself don't move back to Salon. And at the time, my uncle was living in New York or New Jersey, I think. So we stayed with him for a couple of weeks. And then we went to my father, who was living in VA at the time.
Okay.
We stayed with him for a couple of weeks, and then we moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
And Atlanta, so really, my first American home is Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I went to school in Atlanta, and most of my friends and most of my family are currently still living in Atlanta.
Okay.
LA came into the picture as I, started to get older and just wanted to figure out what I wanted to do in life.
Okay.
And entertainment, was the option for me. I was just always been captivated with the idea of film and television, music. So in Atlanta, I went to a high school that wasn't necessarily, so America didn't get this thing that when they call magnet program, so if you're not somebody where say you want act or you want to do music, then they get certain school there, even like high school where they go, where you can learn your craft. So when you left that school day, you get a better edge
over,
for if you want to go college for arts
and stuff.
You can do them. So then call them magnet school. So the school where I go, Banneker High School, wasn't a magnet school, but it was very close to the house where I lived.
Okay.
But a lot of my friends used to tell me, because going to school, I was the only one that was really into arts, amongst my friends, and they will always say, you have to go to this other school. It's called Tri-Cities. And Tri-City High School from Usai Mi Binde, Tri-City High School, like maybe 20 minutes for me.
Okay.
But the bus system not go take me there. So if I been one go to Tri-City, I get for fend me on way to school. So I decided to stay Usai, the school in my region. But Tri-City, every now and then I will go and meet with just some of the actors, and we'll connect.
Okay.
And I had a chance to meet the director there by the name of Freddie Hendricks.
Okay.
And through him, he also had another theater company outside of the high school. And that's where I started to act.
That's where you started to act.
That's where I started to act. And then that's how I was able to now develop my craft from Atlanta. And then from Atlanta, just got recognition. I was able to travel doing theater all over the world.
With this guy?
With Freddie Hendricks.
Okay.
And it's called the Youth Ensemble of Atlanta.
Okay.
And through that, I was able to travel. And then I was discovered by a casting director who said, it's time for you to go to LA. And, I went to LA, and, that's where the film and television part of my career started. Which
is really, really cool. So when did you realize, because I know you left when you were 8.5, you have a twin, is he into...
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
You.
Yeah.
So when did you realize,
opposite.
like, you have this, like, the talent? Like you said, among your friends, you were like the only person. But it always get for be that one day, and so until you watch, somebody inspire you, where you decide, I want to be this person, I want to do one.
Yeah. So, growing up in Atlanta, again, like I said before, my school was not a magnet school. It's not a school for creators, right?
Creative,
I used to I love movies. Even my days in a salon. I remember growing up in salon, in the very late 80s. As a little kid, there was only one television that I knew, and it was my uncle that had one TV. You understand?
Right.
Salon, now you can see, you get radio station, you go to different homes, you see television everywhere. Back then, it wasn't like that. So my uncle was the only person that had a television, and he only had one movie, and it was Jaws. Y'all know the movie Jaws? About the shark.
The shark. Oh
yes.
My God.
That was the only movie that he had. So usually we'll come, me and my brother will go to his house, and we're just excited to watch this movie Jaws. But before we play the movie, when you turn on TV and no channel, no day, and it's just, in America they call it snow.
Yeah,
just the garbage.
Black and white rubbish.
Yeah. Me, I would sit and I would just watch that I would just stare at it. That was TV. That was amazing to me. It was TV, Whoa. So I remember I used to watch these movies, and I said, I like this. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. So when I came to America, and I love movies. I used to always watch movies. I would collect movies on VHS, and I would always watch them over. And I remember the same way high school when I was around like maybe 13 years old, 14, and I started to watch this movie called Higher Learning. Very good movie.
Yes.
With Lawrence Fishburne, Omar Epps, Tyra Banks. And I remember watching that movie, which, full circle, we can talk about that later. I had the opportunity to meet Lawrence Fishburne. He saw me on Broadway. It was the best experience of my life.
Wow.
So I watched that movie, and I fell in love with Omar Epps' character to a point where I learned the entire movie from start to finish. So I will always put that movie and I'll watch it, and I will be standing up in my room and I will act it out.
Act it out. Oh, okay.
So because of that, my friends in high school, and they would say, Dwayne, you sabi act, you for go now this school, you for go act there, you for go do this, you for go do that. But because I know it wasn't possible for me to go to that school, I create acting program in my own school. So when we started, my school didn't even have a theater. But before I left that school after 4 years, they built a theater there. So now that school is also it has a program.
Like a program for...
Because of what we started.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, along with other people like, I don't know, you know Young Jock? Meet me in the...
it's going down.
Yeah, Nami Pario.
Oh, really?
Now we all begin that day. Now, high school, we created that program day. So that's where I knew, like, acting is something that I wanted to do. I just love performing,
Okay.
And from there,
You took it, like you said, you went to Hollywood. And Hollywood is when you were discovered for Fela. I know you did auditions, right?
Yes.
Something, because I think I was having a conversation with somebody and mentioned that.
Right.
Did you ever think, you were going to play Fela at any point in your life?
Listen, let me be honest with you. Before Fela was introduced to me for the very, very first time in 2009, I never knew who he was. Never knew the man. I never knew who he was. 2009, my cousin, Satan Gauja, who is the very first Fela, Mende man, Nai started this role, like when Bill T. Jones, the choreographer, the man who choreographed the whole dance numbers for the show, also one of the creators of the show, Nai, at the time he met my cousin and he said, my cousin an amazing actor. You can even see him now some of the TV show there, like Book of Power, he's in it. Okay. He plays a Nigerian character on the last season that everybody's talking about. But, he teamed up with him and they started to create the story about Fela. And, Jay-Z, Will Smith, they gained the interest of it. And they came on board as the producers of the show.
Okay.
So the first time I was introduced to it was when the show first opened. So Broadway, so New York, you get off-Broadway and you get Broadway.
Okay.
So off-Broadway is like, if you see show where the public they're interested, but then they want test and force. So it go off Broadway. Then if it do good and it's successful, then you take it to Broadway. And Broadway is like the big lights, the big stage. So when the show first go off Broadway, at this time I was in I don't know if I don't move to LA or I still in Atlanta, but I flew to New York. And I watched the show for the very, very first time, and I was blown away, because for the first time, when you come to America as an African, it's not easy at all. You know what I'm saying? Is especially when you're young, because if you come America as an adult, then it's different because adults you don't know yourself.
Small, but as a kid.
Yeah, but as a kid, you go school, you get for adapt with other kids, and then when you different, then go tease you, then go laugh you, the way you they talk, the way you they dress, the food you they eat, all that one day. So for me, growing up in America, in that first stage of my life as a kid, going to school, was very traumatizing. You know,
okay.
I hated every bit of it.
Hold that thought right there. I have Dwayne with me. Don't get it work because I'll be right back after this.
Let's watch the Real Talk with Elen TV show. By our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Elen Keister.
Welcome back to Elen Keister, the Royal Talk Show. If you just walked in, I have Dwayne Richmond here. Dwayne, you know Sabiana, and they play Fela on Broadway in New York. Where they talk about big done, bigger level. But anyways, welcome back.
Yes. Good to be here.
Yeah, before we go, they talk about kid going, going to America. We talk about how traumatized you were.
Yeah.
I would like to hear the rest of the story.
Yeah, it was I've been saying, like when you grow up in America as, as a kid, a young teenager, it's not easy.
Right.
Because when you come America, you're just different from Americans. American kids are different from Africans.
Yep.
A lot of things where I see America, I've not been seeing before, na salon. So it all new to me. But again, going back to like the Fela, when I first go to New York and I see my cousin, they do that show. This is now like around 2009. For the first time where I see that show off Broadway, I was so proud to be an African. Wow. It was in that moment that I felt like, yeah, this is cool. Is being an African, there's so much, there is such a power and a vibrant energy about our culture as Africans. I know we're all different Africans, Sierra Leone, from west, east, south. We're all different, but under that umbrella of the continent of Africa, of that motherland. Like we're such a diverse and unique and interesting culture that I was so proud when I watched this show and I just saw the way Americans were just like in love with this idea, and the lights, the costume, the dancing, the music. I knew from that moment, I said, and I didn't know that the opportunity will come for me to play the role. Okay. But I just knew that whatever it is that I did in my career, it has to showcase the culture of the Africa, motherland. Basically. And
as
I
God
saw
may
the show.
Have it.
Yeah, I love the show. I saw the show, and the show obviously went off Broadway to Broadway, and it opened on Broadway late 2010, early 2011. And again, I went to New York to watch the show. Okay. And then, one day, after the show was running on Broadway, it ran up, the first one on Broadway, they run for like 2 years. Oh yeah, it's 2 years. Then, one day I'm in LA while the show's on Broadway, and I get a phone call from my cousin. Sa called me and he says, hey man, the show that I'm doing, I'm not going to be able to do it forever. Right. He says, but this show is a very popular show, and they're looking for somebody else to play this role, and I've already suggested that you should audition. And I say, cool. So a couple months later, I get a call from the production. And they say, hey, you get for Cannes, New York. We want to see you for Fela, and send me beaucoup material, like scripts, music. At this time, I'm used to doing I started in theater, but I've never done professional theater. Okay. So the theater where I start in Atlanta. Now we create our own shows. Not professional theater, but we learned how to write our own music, play our own music,
everything, okay.
All of that, and we put on the show. But now I'm in LA. I'm auditioning now for film and television, and it's a different kind of world, because film and TV, you get an audition, they give you what they call sides. You get 2 or 3 pages. You go audition in front of the casting director. You act. If they like you, then go out. They'll hire you. Okay. But for musical theater, it's a whole different world. Right. So definitely. Not only are they going to send you scripts that you get for learn, but they're going to send you music sheets. So if you're not savvy music, out for read music, you'll be lost. So I think my first audition, I get for learn like 2 monologues. The 2 monologues were like 6-7 pages long. Yeah. And I had to learn 3 songs, Fela's songs. Now keep in mind, I don't know much about this man.
Right,
so,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's not a thing where you were listening to it for singing.
No, it wasn't like music that I was familiar with.
Right.
So, and Fela are Nigerian, so some of the music they sing in Yoruba, and I don't know the language. So, anyway, I went. I took it very seriously. I went to New York. I did my first audition, and that was it. I didn't hear nothing. Nobody called me, told me I did good or bad.
Oh.
I just did my audition and I left. And I didn't hear from them for another year. Then call me again for can't do the audition. I go to New York, I do the audition, nothing. I didn't hear nothing. So now, after 2 auditions and 2 years later, and seeing my cousin do the show and seeing the success of the show, everybody, Will Smith, they post button, and they seeing videos, then on Facebook, every day, kind of the show. Tom Cruise, he was sitting with Tom Cruise, Angela Bassett, Morris Chestnut,
like
who else? Denzel Washington,
stars.
all the big, Robert De Niro, all the big names. They all are talking to Fela. So now I know the music and I'm listening to the music more because with Fela's music, to understand it, it has to be in your body. To perform it, you just can't read paper and say, oh, I sabi this music. You get for feeling music. So as I practiced for the past 2 years for them 2 audition, then where I do, I now became a fan of his music. And even before I knew they were going to call me again for the show, I was always listening to his music. So I was listening to his music because now I was a fan. It had nothing to do with me playing him.
It was more about,
I like his music and in story, So I begin for read about in life. I watch documentary. I read this one book where it really, really made me a fan by this writer named Carlos Moore, and the book is called This Bitch of a Life. And the book, it just talk about Fela in own words. It talk about in life, the reason why make he go against the Nigerian government, why make the man, he married 27 wives, all of this. And I'm just intrigued by this man. And then the show now go off Broadway and it go on tour. Yeah? And then it comes to LA. And when it comes to LA, the production called me and said they want to see me again for the show. And this time, You
were ready. You're like,
ready.
yeah.
So I go in there and I do the show and I did the audition. And I remember the main director of the show when he see me again for the 3rd time. He said, something changed about you. He said, I don't know what it is. Something is different. But I remember what he had said to me in his 2nd audition. He been come to me and he been say, before this Fela journey is done, you go play Fela. But now you're just too young. He said, I'm too young. Okay. Now, when he been tell me that the 2nd audition, I been say, okay, maybe I look young, because me, I don't look me age, or I look young, very young. And, imagine, back then I look even younger. And he says, you're just too young to play Fela. But then when I come back the 3rd time, where I do the audition, and he says something changed, he says, I don't know what it is. He says,
something.
He says, you've aged, you've matured. And I realized that what he meant a couple years ago when I did my 2nd audition, when he said I was too young, I knew nothing really about Fela Kuti. Okay. I was just an actor that wanted to play a role, To be on Broadway is a big thing. To play a role like Fela Kuti is a big thing. Any actor would die to do this. So for me, back then, I was just an actor that just wanted to work. I just wanted to act. But the 3rd time, and the last audition where I wasn't just an actor going in to play Fela. I was someone who had educated myself to, one, the struggles of Africa, the struggle that Fela fought tirelessly for, the hardship that he dealt with, and understanding not only the ideology of him, but the meaning behind the symbol when he says music is a weapon. So now with all that knowledge when I go back for my audition for the 3rd time, something different, And, and like they say, the rest was history. So, they cast me. I did my first show in Chicago. And the crazy part about it, Me first show with no Philly, Philadelphia. Me first show where I do not Philly. All the way up till then say curtains. So they say, they will tell you when it's time for the show, they will say, okay, house is open, meaning the audience are coming in now. And then they will give you countdown. So you dinner, you dressing room, the intercom will come on and they will tell you, okay, 10 minutes to places, 5 minutes to places. Right before they open the house, yeah, I learned the entire show in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I learned the entire show. Right before they opened the house, I was still learning the final song in the show. And I didn't even know if I had it or not, but I just told him, I said, it's going to be what it is.
It is what it is. You're just going to go there and do it. And you were able to conquer.
And when I stepped on that stage for the very first time, I remember I was so nervous when the stage manager came and said, okay, places. And I told her, just give me 5 minutes. And I just sat in my dressing room and I just turned off all the lights. I sat in the darkness. And I just talked to the ancestors, I talked to my grandmother who was passed. I talked to the energy of Fela. I talked to his mother. And I just said, your message must be told. So I'm just a vessel. Just use me,
Wow.
And when I step on that stage, I'll tell you, Elaine, I don't remember much but that show day. I just remember I remember walking up on that stage, and I remember taking my bow and leaving that stage. But when I come back in my dressing room, when I open the door, flowers everywhere, all over me dressing room. The producers, all of them, Will, Jada, all of them, they all buy me flower. Steve Hendel, all of them, flowers, champagne bottle, and they say congratulations. And at this point now, I'm exhausted because I haven't slept for 2 weeks.
Right.
And I just remember, I just took that champagne bottle, and as I'm walking to my hotel room from the theater, my phone is ringing. When I pick up my phone, it's my manager in LA. And he said, I don't know what you just did, but they just called me and they want to sign you to play Fela on the next Broadway run. And the rest is history. I've been doing it since then.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, so it's been a journey.
It's been a journey, but it's a good journey because now you're playing Fela. I don't know, how long you're gonna be playing it for, but I know they just had a show where you were there and everything else. But this is amazing. He's Sierra Leonean playing a Nigerian.
Yes.
So we get talent of boku. But don't go anywhere because I'll be right back after this break.
Let's watch the Real Talk with Elen TV show. By our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Elen Keister.
We're almost at the end of the show. Of course, welcome back to Elen Keister, the Real Talk Show. If you just walked in, have Dwayne Richmond. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on social media, and relax and enjoy the rest of the story about Dwayne. Welcome back, welcome.
Yes.
So we don't talk about how you get to play Fela on Broadway, which is really good. I mean, how long is your contract? Are you going to play it like this year, or how does it work? Is it every year, every other year?
Well, so the actual Broadway production now is on contract, meaning if any theater company wants to do it, then they will buy the rights to the New York company, and then they will produce it and bring it. And, usually they will call me in, and then my management will work that deal out. I did it last year in D.C. with Only Theater and Roundhouse. And no, was that last year? The year before last. Last year, I think I did it in Atlanta for a 1 month run. DC was, prior to that, was a 3 month run.
Okay.
But with the Broadway New York company, we're doing now what we call the Fela concert. So it's basically the Fela show, but we take away the acting and it's just the music.
Okay.
So just like if you go concerts or go see like Burna Boy or go see, Wizkid.
Yeah, so now it's
that same
really,
energy.
okay.
I just, but I still day full costume and I still talk with the audience and engage with them, but it's not the full production with the acting and the full cast. So it's me and maybe like 6 other people, but with a full band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That one day we tour with time more frequently. we did a few cities last year, and you know, we're just starting 2025. So I'm sure there will be some more, you know, cities in the make.
So you were in Drumline. Drumline was a hit.
Yes, I was in the second Drumline.
The second Drumline.
And the first Stomp the Yard.
And first Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
These were hits. And Daddy's Little Girls.
Yes, with Idris Elba.
Now you make yourself imagine for Fenny and they moved inside me. Yeah, who's fucking
And listen, you don't even get for look hard. You will see me next time you watch that movie. You will see me.
Now that I know you, I'm pretty sure I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, you'll see me.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So have you done other movies?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually working. You know, I've done some projects that I've produced myself in LA, and I'm currently working. I just signed with a new management now, and I'm working with a filmmaker by the name of Odessa, who he came to Sierra Leone a few years back and just kind of fell in love with the country, and he made a documentary film called I Fine. And it's just basically a story about bleaching in Sierra Leone. And he made this movie. He went back to America, premiered this movie, took it to different festivals, and this movie has won like so many different awards, you know, NAACP awards, Image Awards, and all that. And he's been working on a script called True King, and it's a story about a young boxer in America, very arrogant, flashy guy, kind of like the Floyd Mayweather type. He gets into this big controversy in America, and his agent tell him, "Yo, go do something positive. Go to Africa. There's this country named Sierra Leone. Go relax." And at first he doesn't want to go, but then his agent bait him and say, "Well, they have these diamond trades there. Maybe because he likes to be flashy, go." So he decides to come to Sierra Leone. And for the sake of trading diamonds, but he meets this young Sierra Leonean woman, a teacher. He falls in love with her and falls in love with these kids that she works with. And, he kind of like put together this soccer tournament because the school is in need. And he does this to save these kids. It's a very coming of age story. And, he presented the script to me a few years ago. And I just loved it. So, I'm
gonna be a part of it.
I'm set to play the lead role, that role.
Yeah.
So in 2025, we'll be coming here to shoot this movie. And this is a big Hollywood film, like, $3.something million project.
Whoa.
So this film right here, I mean, there talks the people that he's working with. I don't want to say any names right now, but we got a few people, Hollywood names that are attached to the project.
Okay, great.
And I personally believe that this is a story, because when you see a lot of movies about Africa, especially about Sierra Leone, the movies that are out there, it's the Blood Diamond, it's the Beast of No Nations, it's stories that just shows us in our most vulnerable state,
not like the good side.
We're more than just Sierra Leone. Our story and our culture, we are more than just a country that fought a bloody civil war.
Right.
There are beautiful stories that come out of this country, and he's a black filmmaker, by the way. We have to be able to tell our story. And one thing I love about this movie is it's one of those stories that shows Sierra Leone in its beauty and not in its darkness,
Awesome.
Even though we touch upon like the antagonist in the movie is like an ex-soldier from the war.
Yeah, I mean, that will be a part of it, but
focus.
It's not the focus.
Yes,
exactly.
It's a part of our culture, but it's not. It's not what defines us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in 2025, I'm gonna be in Sierra Leone a lot this year.
Right, right. Because I think I was having a conversation with you, like, I'll be back in April. I'm like,
yeah, I'm actually coming back in April.
But now, I mean, you doing movies while you're here with BSK.
Working with BSK.
Yeah, work with BSK. So what's the collaboration? Are you signed by BSK? Because I'm
working with BSK as an independent contractor. Working with her, with Bernadette and the company to create content. Create opportunities for other actors in Sierra Leone, just to give them opportunity to to showcase their talent, you know, because that's an opportunity that I didn't have. You know, I had to go to America to start my career.
But now you want to give that.
If I can come back here and give that and, you know, allow the young actors and filmmakers to have a platform to create. So we have a few things in the pipeline.
Okay.
TV series, movies, you know, BSK Music now, you know, of course, you know, we signed Famous, Menace the General,
and then
Rara, you know.
All right, cool.
So yeah,
that's amazing. So as you know, we're struggling when it comes to movies. Like you said, we do have the talent. However, we don't have a lot of different things.
Correct.
I'm not sure of how many movies you've seen that are Sierra Leone movies, but what do you think, besides what BSK is trying to do with the industry, what do you think about our talent and some of the movies maybe? I'm assuming you've seen at least one or two.
Oh,
what do you think, and what are the issues?
I would say this. I haven't seen a lot of Sierra Leonean movies. I've just recently started to watch some films that are being made here. Listen, talent is not the problem.
Okay.
You know, we just did an audition the other day for a TV series that we're working on with BSK. And most of the actors that came into this audition, they've never acted before in their life. They've never been in front of a audition space before. But I was so blown away, you know. The talent is here. That's not the issue. I think with any country that is, you know, going through its, you know, development stage, especially a country that doesn't really see arts as a vital instrument in the development of its people, it's going to be a struggle. Because, you know, as much as, I always say this, as much as the world needs doctors that save lives, artists save lives too, you know, especially a country that has been through what Salon has been through. The healing that our people need can come from arts. So the talent is here. I just think it's the opportunity that has been missing. And, you know, the opportunity and just the knowledge of how do we create content that is suitable enough to be on the main screen as what, you know, Nigeria, when they started, they, you know, look, I've watched Hollywood movies where you even see the cameraman in the film. You know, I've watched an Hollywood movie. You see the boom mic, right? But now you see gradually where they are now, even to signing a deal with Netflix. Now you have Netflix Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? And I think that for them, they went through that journey, and you know they saturated the industry with so much work to a point where the people who really mattered, they was like, okay, I see, okay, this is talent. The story is good. They need better production, but we can fix that. You know, and I think that Sierra Leone now, we are in the brink of doing that and following in that footstep. The only difference with us now you have some company like BSK who is able to do stuff on a very professional level. You know, we're not starting from scrap. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Nigerian music film and the South African film level is up here, even though they started down here. We are right here. We're right beneath them. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the quality now, we just got to find the talent that is here, and now let's tell our stories.
Okay.
You know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you're now part of the Sierra Leonean movie industry in a way through BSK. Like you said, with you've seen it all. You're from Hollywood. You've been in movies. So whatever little mistakes you were making, you're able to say, Correct. So for me, I mean, I think it will be great, and I want you to really just keep helping us and pushing us.
Absolutely.
I know another person who's Sierra Leone Ghanaian. We have to talk about him because you're up there as well. Have you had a conversation with him as well, or collaborated, which is Idris? Have you know? Yeah,
I did Daddy's Little Girl with Idris Elba.
Okay, so it was on the Sierra Leone level, or was it a Hollywood level?
Say it again.
Was it on the Sierra Leonean, like, say, you know what I mean?
Listen, when I first came on that set to do the show, everybody was telling me, oh yeah, you're working with Idris Elba. You know, he's also Sierra Leonean. And I didn't know. And then when we first met, you know, he comes to me and he said, hey, then say, you know, I heard you're a Sierra Leonean. I said, yes. He said, you sabi talk Creole? I said, yes. And from the time me and him worked, all we did was talk Creole with each other. You know, and around the time we were shooting the movie, we were, I spent a lot of time with him. We'll go out. He's such a great guy. Matter of fact, his cousin is a good friend of mine, and me and him are writing another script called "These Are Our Children." It's another coming of age film, and Idris has read the script too, and he's very interested in it too. So yeah, and he's also creating a platform for young filmmakers, not only in Ghana but here in Sierra Leone too as well.
Okay, cool. I'm happy to hear that. So I know you're gonna leave soon, but you're gonna be back. So like you say, we're going to see a lot of them, because they're going to do big Hollywood movie.
Correct.
It didn't come out, but at least the people connected to, they're doing big things. So we're just talk.
Yes.
Well, we're proud of you. I mean, to be honest, I am honored to have you sit here because I don't go Hollywood, don't go Waka, don't go college, but to know that Sierra Leone is doing big things,
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure even with the Nigerians knowing, a Salon person, they play Fela. I think for me, that was the thing. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Even overseas, the Nigerians, there are plenty of Nigerians there.
Correct.
But you see, Salon. Let go sorry for me. But anyways, good luck to everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to seeing you on bigger screens. So
Yes.
all the blessings, so all the big shows. Just remember we out there, just sit them I get to a party with it early. I'm just kidding. Who's up on bluff and say, we know Dwayne.
Yes,
we got to
absolutely.
give props where props is due.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I'm happy you're connected to Sierra Leone because there are other people there that are Sierra Leoneans. They're probably doing stuff in the little corner, but they don't want to be associated with us.
Yeah.
But you, like we say, Salon, they sign me. Like, even the Creole, even the full sort of Creole all the time. Like, you just love everything about Sierra Leone. You don't even mind being here for months, just chilling, just enjoying Sierra Leone.
Absolutely.
I think it's great.
Absolutely.
I think it's great that you're coming back to your roots. You're not just there getting carried away by the whole, Hollywood star. No matter for this African.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but all the best. I wish you all the
Yeah,
best.
thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
I appreciate you.
Of course
here.
now.
But go left here so you do one or two Fela things because he's an entertainer. Have you seen him? Oh my God. We're not going to play him because copyright could just flag out. But while you're here, at least do some, is that it's a Fela thing.
Now you don't put me in the spot.
Yes, on the spot. You do live, so this is really nothing.
Just do some Fela thing.
Do something. I can make so. Because, I don't know.
I'll give you one of my favorite songs and favorite number in Fela, and is the song Water No Get Enemy.
Okay.
It's a beautiful song. It's in Yoruba, and it's just a song that basically says exactly what it means. Water has no enemy. It doesn't matter who you are. We all need water. Water is the key to life.
Right.
So Fela say, Toba Fela we homilo malo. If you won't go wash, now what are you go use? Ah-ha-ha-ha. Toba fesebe homilo malo. If you want cook soup, now what are you must use? Ah-ha-ha-ha. Torik mangpona ho homilero reho. If your head dey hot, water cool it down. Tomoba dagba homilo malo. If your child they grow, now water ingo use. Torik mangpoma weyo koli malo malo. If water kill your child, still water you must use. Kasun till the shake, oh malomi yo. Kasun till the shake, oh malomi yo. Oh me your Lord, oh.
Oh, yeah! I don't do now live Broadway. I need to pay me for this. But yeah, I have a really nice gift for you. Yeah.
Now me left you gifts, and you didn't give me gifts.
Yeah,
Hey.
You left me gifts. He promised me gifts, but he left me gifts. As you can
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, I was just asking about that too.
That's why I told you you have yours.
Oh man, very nice.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
It's
I
from me
appreciate
to
it.
you with love.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You
You gotta have me back again, though.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
You know?
We're gonna talk about the series. We're gonna talk about a lot of BSK stuff, about everything that you're doing. Yes, but come in there, and you're gonna see me with the come on talking in our streets as well.
Yes,
But,
absolutely. Because you know what they say, Salon Sweets, what's not that?
I don't want to go, but I've got to go. I've been your host today, Elen Keister. Till next week.
Cheers.
Bye.